raw food.
You like raw food?
Yeah.
Yeah, you a raw foodist?
Hello, everybody. It's Paul Neese with the Real Life Health Show. I got some exciting news. It's the beginning of the year, and so many people. I've just been blown away how many questions people are having. It's the beginning of the year, and I knew everyone's going to be enthusiastic about starting a raw food diet and just being healthy. It's just normal at the beginning of the year with the New Year's resolution. That's what people do. As a matter of fact, the first 2 weeks of the year is like when gyms sell the most memberships for the rest of the year, but they make sure everyone prepays because they know people aren't going to keep coming. If everyone kept coming, they wouldn't have room in a gym. But it's time now to make a commitment. And the questions I've been getting for the last years are there's too many different ways to eat a raw food diet. When I first started eating a raw food diet many years ago, it wasn't the way it was today. There just wasn't enough information. But now there's too much and it can get very, very confusing. There's too many people teaching it, there's too many people doing it, and it can get very, very confusing. Well, the beginning of the year, maintain your enthusiasm and also not get overburdened with too much information. Understanding there's not one way for everyone, there's different ways to do it. But to be able to do it, my friend Nomi Shannon has a new program that she just came out with. It's new and improved, but she's done it before. But now she's taken her experience for the last 16 or 17 years that she's been doing the raw diet. She's written a book called The Raw Food Gourmet, which is one of the world's greatest selling raw, probably the best selling raw food book ever. It's a recipe book. We have it on the website. I definitely recommend everyone get it. But she has this new program that's starting real soon in a couple of weeks. But right now you can get in on an early bird special. And, just I'm going to post a link under this video and check out the link and see all she's offering. And I was so excited because I've been friends with Nomi for many, many years, and she's just one of the greatest raw food teachers that I've met out there, and she's a raw food chef. But she has a great talent and gift of helping people do the raw food diet and in an easy way, not where it's too confusing and too hard. But the real surprise is, as I was working on getting this information out, she called me up and on Skype, and we got an interview with her real briefly for you. So we're going to have her on now. She's going to talk a little about this program and go under this video and sign up for the program now. It's the early bird special. I highly recommend it. It gets 2 thumbs up from your health watchman. If you have any comments or questions, post them below the video. And now here's Nomi. Say hello to Nomi Shannon. Nomi, welcome to the
Hi
show.
guys. Hi Paul. It's nice to see you. I love Skype.
Well, Nomi, tell everybody exactly this program that you created. This is the perfect time for them to do it, to keep their enthusiasm for raw food and to do
Yep.
it the correct way. So, Nomi, tell everybody a little about it.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited, Paul, because at the beginning of the year, every January for the last couple of years, I've been creating programs, and each year it just gets better. This year it's called Raw Food for the Real World. It's a 3-month program. And the reason it's a 3-month program is a lot of people think you're going to be able to change all your habits, not just how you eat, but your emotional stuff, the baggage that you carry into whenever you make a huge change. And it takes more than a month. That's a big problem. 20 days, So it's a 3-month program, and it's a tremendous amount of support. Do you want to hear all the different components to it?
I do, but before we do that, I want people to know who you are because you're not just some person that just started eating a raw food diet like last week. I want you to
Exactly.
explain yourself and who you are and how long you've been doing
Okay.
this because you put together this amazing program based on your experience, and you do have experience. So
I do.
first, before you tell us a little bit more about the program, give us a little bit of information
So,
about yourself.
okay, well, as you mentioned, I'm Nomi Shannon, and I used to work right around the corner from where you live. I worked at Hippocrates Health Institute, and I know you guys are pretty affiliated with them too. That was in the early 90s. I'd already been raw for a while, and I spent 5 years there. It was a terrific experience. I actually ran the health educator course, and I was so impressed with the teaching there, and including their 3-week program. I became a certified Hippocrates health educator at that time. So then when I came home, because home to me is San Diego, California, it was, I mean, there was nothing, there was no support. There weren't even any good books. It was just the older books. There's nothing wrong with the older books. It's just that they don't have very tasty recipes in them. Like energy soup isn't, it's good for you, but it doesn't necessarily taste good kind of food. So back way back in '99, I came out with a book called The Raw Gourmet: Simple Recipes for Living Well, and there's over 250 recipes in that book, and it's considered to be the best first raw book to get. And even though it's called The Raw Gourmet, because at that time it was kind of gourmet, it's really more simple. People really, it's not, there aren't a lot of fancy, lots of exotics, that kind of thing in it at all. It's basic, simple food, all raw, and basic information so that if you literally read the whole book, you'll know everything you need to know to keep a raw food kitchen. I've subsequently written other books, and all these years, more than 16 years, I've been teaching, holding workshops, traveling around the country. Not as much as I used to. You've taken over that for me. Thank you. And I now try, lots of one-on-one consultations, that kind of thing. I've been there myself as a beginning raw fooder. Only when I was a beginning raw fooder, there was very little information. Now what's happening, Paul, is there's too much information, and it's conflicting and it's confusing. And I think a lot of times what happens is people keep saying in their head they're going to be a raw fooder. But when it really comes to do it, it's like they're like a deer caught in the headlights, and they're like they don't know what direction to take. Should they follow this way? Should they follow that way? And they're very confused. So I've developed a 4-week menu plan. You can follow it literally to the letter if you want to, or you can take ideas from it because different people look at it different ways. But they're sent this there's multiple ebooks in this course and multiple live and recorded teleseminars and all kinds of media, the videos, because multimedia is the way to go in terms of learning. You can learn with your eyes, learn with your ears. There's just a lot of different ways to learn. And if you're given all of them, it reinforces itself. But I just have devised a very middle of the road maintenance kind of diet. One big mistake people make is they learn about cleansing and then they go quote unquote raw and they write me and they go, I lose too much weight when I go raw. Well, that's because they're doing a cleansing diet and they don't know the difference. So I have a very, middle of the road kind of a diet, not too much fat, not too little fat. And then on the very first session, we discuss all the different ways you can change it. Like if you're one of those people that loses too much, or if you're one of those people who have tried and tried again and you don't lose weight, or if you're hyper or hypoglycemia, those kind of things. They're addressed right in the beginning because the whole point of this is there is no one diet fits all. I mean, if there were, we'd both be rich because we could tell
Yeah.
everybody exactly how to eat. They have to
Exactly.
figure it out for
Exactly.
themselves. And I'm helping them for 3 months tweak it, change it, alter it so that at the end it's theirs. And for 3 months, what we do is in month 2 is we start over again. And they've taken notes. And if they didn't like this or if they did it a different way, at the end of 3 months, and I also deal with the emotions because if you're only talking about what food to eat, that's only half of the issue. Like if people have cravings, food cravings, my personal food craving has always been sweet, sugar. Some people crave other things, salty things or fat or junk, especially if you live with people who are not eating raw food. That's a biggie. Well, then, cravings crop up. And the thing is, cravings are mostly an emotional thing. So we do deal with tricks, tips, have the right stuff in the house. If you don't have the right food in the house, you're not going to eat it. You're going to eat the bad stuff. You're going to eat the chips.
Well, why now? I mean, it's the beginning of the year, but I mean, as you told me, you've been working on this program pretty much your whole career, but
Right.
now it's the best it's ever been because you've put in everything you've learned about it into it.
Right.
So even if somebody has taken something like this in the past from you, now they're just going to get even more out of
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
So
lots of times people take it again and again. And once you sign up for one of my courses, you get discounts, when you want to take either the same thing again or something new. Why now literally is this is the one time of the year that people are like, this is it. I've made my resolutions. And like you said in your introduction, you lose your enthusiasm quickly. So this is the time of year people join health clubs, that kind of thing, because people do want to be healthier. And sometimes you just can't get all the information you need from a book.
exactly, great, great. Well, we're gonna give everybody the link here. It's right under the video. We'll even post it
Okay,
on the
great.
video, and everyone get to the link. Nomi, I know you're really busy. I thank you so much for taking time
Sure.
out to join us, and we have to have you a guest longer on the Real Life Health Show soon in the future. Okay?
Great, I'd love to. And I just want to say how excited I am. You know, the class actually starts January 19th. And right now, for the next few days, we have our early bird pricing. So I'm very, very excited. I've got some new technology I'm really excited about where I can literally embed a video in an email and answer questions. So I'm excited about that and I'm looking forward to it, Paul.
Great. Thanks for joining us so much, and everybody, stay tuned for more details. All right, everybody,
Thanks a
there
lot,
it is.
Paul.
That was
Good
Nomi
night.
Shannon. Look, just go do it now. It's under the link. The link's under the video. Go and sign up now. This is something that I would recommend to everyone. Even if you're a raw foodist for a long time, even if you're new to the raw food diet, whatever, just check out her program and you'll be glad you did. As Nomi said, some people do this over and over and over again because they see the value in what she teaches. If you have any comments or questions, post them below the video. Click on the link below the video to sign up for Nomi's course. Until then, everybody, have a great day and a great raw life.
You eat raw food?
Yeah.
This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.